Good afternoon, our listeners. Welcome on our video today. Today we are doing revision. This is CRE Form 1. We have a paper here that is out of 100 marks. If this is your first time to watch our videos, kindly we request you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and it will be recommended to other viewers across the world. To the subscribers, we really want to thank you guys for the support that you have given us. Today we request one thing: kindly like this video. Let us go to our work today, and we have seen it is CRE Form 1. Most of the KCSE questions you might find that they are from Form 1, and that's why we are focusing on questions from Form 1. Question number 1: why is the Bible referred to as the library? Why do they say that the Bible is a library? Bible contains many books. That is the first point. Books are written in different styles. Number 3, the books in the Bible are written in an orderly sequence to develop the theme of God. Next, the books in the Bible are addressed to different groups. Question number then the last point is that the books were written in different periods of human history. Let's go to question number B. Give reasons why Christians read the Bible. Why do they read the Bible? Number 1, to provide Christians with moral values. Number 2, for spiritual nourishment. Number 3, used in Christian worship. Next, it gives hope and inspiration to Christians. Next, to understand one's relationship with God. Next, it is a source of Christian belief and practices. Next, Christians get to know the will of God. Next, it is a word of God. Go to number 2. Number 2, identify 2 causes of evil in the traditional African society. What are the causes of evil? Number 1, evil spirits. Number 2, malicious ancestral spirits. Number 3, evil people, e.g. wizards, witches. Next, breaking taboos. Next, curse from parent and other relative. Next, breaking oaths. Next, bad omen. Next, let's go to question number B. Give what differences between the first and second account of creation. You get 8 marks. You are supposed to give the differences between a first and second account of creation. Number 1, first account of creation happened in 6 days, but the second account, it happened in 1 day. Okay, number 2, there is the mention of days. There is mention of days in the first creation account, but there is no mention of days in the second account. Number 3, Garden of Eden is mentioned in the second creation account, but it's not mentioned in the first account. Number 4, in the first account, man and woman were created the same day, but in the second account, woman was created later. Next, in the first creation account, creation was from nothing, but in the second account, God created man from dust. Next, there is a mention of the tree of knowledge in the second account, but not in the first account. And then the last one, human being were created last in the first account and were first in the second account. Let's go to the next question. List 5 ways how Christians can take care of God's creation. Number 1, planting trees. Number 2, controlling soil erosion. Number 3, helping the needy. Next, taking the sick to the hospital. Next, loving one another. Next, praying for orphans. Next, building homes for the aged. Next, reconciling 2 warring parties. Number 3, describe the call of Abraham You're told to describe this question. They repeat it very many times. Describe the call of Abraham. 7 marks. He was called by God at the age of 75. He was told to leave Haran with his people and go to the land that God will show him. Abraham obliged. Next, he moved with his wife, nephew, servant, and his servant. Next, God gave promises to Abraham. Next, in his journey, God appeared to Abraham at Shechem. Abraham built an altar to honor God at Shechem. Next, he then proceeded to Bethel and built another altar. Next, Abraham then continued towards Negev. Question, the next one. Name 5 animals that Abraham was asked to sacrifice during the making of the covenant. Name 5 animals. This question they repeated very many times. Name 5 animals that Abraham was asked to sacrifice during the making of the covenant. 5 marks. So you must be very specific. If you fail on that, then you will not be able to get marks. So he was given to give 3-year-old heifer. Number 2, 3-year-old she-goat. Next, 3-year-old ram. Next, turtle dove. Next, young pigeon. You can see those are the things that he was told to give as a sacrifice for covenant. Next, state 5 ways in which God revealed himself to Israelites during the making of the covenant. How did God reveal himself during that time he was making covenant with Israel? Number 1, thunder. Number 2, lightning. Number 3, pillar of fire. Number 4, earthquake. Number 5, blast and trumpets. And then the last one, voice of God. Question number 4. List the 10 plagues in the order of occurrence. And this question you might miss marks if you mix them. If you mix up because you are told to list 10 plagues in their order. They have stated order, but they can tell you to state 10 plagues. There is no need of writing them in order. But when they say you state them in order of their occurrence, you must do that. So number 1, the plague of land. Number 2, the plague of frog. The plague of gnats. The plague of flies. The plague of death of animals. The plague of boils. The plague of eels. The plague of locusts. The plague of darkness. The plague of death of firstborn. And it was the last one. Next one, you're told to give 6 activities that Israelites were told to do the night of Passover. What were they told to do? Number 1, slaughter a young lamb without blemish to signify innocence. Number 2, the animal was killed and its blood smeared on the door and lintels of doors of Israelite houses so as to identify them. Next, the animals were roasted whole as a way of showing hurry to leave Egypt. Next, the meat was eaten with unleavened bread to show purity. Next, it was also to be eaten with bitter herbs to signify bitterness of slavery in Egypt. Next one, they were to eat while dressed, showing readiness for journey to leave Egypt. Next, women were to ask for jewelries from Egyptians women as payment for their work in Egypt. Next, everybody was to remain indoors till morning so as to protect them from the angel of death. So those are the activities that were told to Israelites to be done by Israelites before the night of Passover. Question number 5, you're told you give 6 reasons against kinship in Israel. Why was gone against kingship in Africa or in Israel. Why was God against that? He did not want Israelites to have king. Why? Number one, Israelites rejected Yahweh as their king, so they rejected him, Yahweh, as their king. Number two, a king would introduce forced labor. Number three, a king would grab people's vineyards. Next, a king would overtax people. Next, a king would enslave people. Next, a king would force daughters in Israel to work for their wives and sons to his royal family. Next, it was against the Sinai covenant. Next, Yahweh would reject them if they cried to him. We have the next question. What were the failure of King Saul? What were the failures of King Saul? He was impatient. He often sacrifices instead of waiting for Samuel. Number two, he broke the law of harem. Number three, he consulted mediums. Next, he attempted to kill David out of jealousy. Next, he committed suicide. Next, he fell short of God's favor. Next, he lied to Samuel as to why he spared some animals. Next, God's spirit left him and was replaced with evil spirits. We go to number 6. State 5 promises that God gave to King David. God promised to protect David and his descendants. Next, David's descendants will get a place to settle. Next, a heir of David will be king after him. Next, David's son will build a temple for the Lord. Next, David's kingdom will have no end. Next, David's name will be great. Next, God will treat David's son as his own. Go to the next question. Identify 7 achievements of King David. 7 marks. David captured the fort of Jebusites. Number 2, David made covenant with God. Next, he repented whenever he sinned. Next, defeated Goliath. Next, captured more land for Israel. Next, united 12 tribes of Israel. Next, defeated Israel's enemies. Next, was a diplomatic leader. And then the last one, composed psalms. Go to the next one. 36 qualities that modern political leaders can learn from King David. What can modern political leaders, what can they learn from King David? Number 1, courage to maintain law and order and protect people. Number 2, faith in give trust and faith to God. Gratitude, they should be thankful to God for any achievement. Next, they should be loyal. They should be loyal to their constituents. Next, justice. They should promote justice and race of law. Next, wisdom. They should listen to wise counsel. Next, they should have humility. That is, they should rule with humility. Next, they should show kindness. They should forgive the repentant. Next, they should be diplomatic, should accommodate criticism. We have the question number 7. 7 functions of Jerusalem temple. It was a place of worship. It was a feast. It is the place where feasts were celebrated. Next, scribes and teachers of law lived there. Was a judicial court. Was a dedication of firstborn was done, and there business center. It was a sacrifice. It was the place where sacrifices were performed. It was an education center for Rabbi. It was an ark of covenant was kept there. Then the last one, it was a symbol of God presence among his people. Then the last question for today, give 6 characteristics of the Canaanite religion. Number 1, it was polytheistic in nature. Number 2, it was cyclic, dependence on seasons. Next, involved human sacrifice. Next, and physical representation. Next, and family gods. Next, temple prostitution was practiced. Next, temples were built on hilltops. Next, and feast and festivals. Next, and many prophets and the prophetess. We are through with this video, and we hope that you have benefited out of this video. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we request you to take this opportunity, subscribe to our channel, and also like this video so that it can be recommended to other viewers. And if you are a subscriber, we really want to thank you for your support and watching our videos. Kindly like this video. You can also write a comment concerning our videos. You can write a comment on maybe a video you want us to do, and we shall do exactly that. We will respond immediately. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.